All right. Hey, everybody. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody can hear me. Sometimes there's been a couple times I've messed the audio up, but thanks everybody for showing up. James is here. I saw Nico earlier. I've got a swollen eye for some reason, so that's why I look like I kind of got punched there. So please forgive me. First time here, St. Louis. Man, I was in St. Louis about a month ago. Great city there. Toasted raviolis. I got some toasted raviolis there. They were really good. Maybe you could tell me about those, but they were delicious. All right, John from Minnesota. If you're new here, we talk about meditation for a little while, and then we do a group meditation together. So the only thing I ask, there's no cover charge. We don't sell you anything. Just write in the comments where you're from, and then like this, and then tell all your friends about it, I guess, to show up on Mondays. Excuse me. Got Katie here from Greer, right down the street from me, from Greer, South Carolina. Jen from Miami showed up. And I don't know how to put Invictus from Toronto. I've had a great sandwich at the Four Seasons in Toronto. Up there. Enjoyed it up there. Juliana from New Jersey. All right, everybody's showing up. Again, there is a poll going on. Nico's here. I saw Nico on earlier. I hope he's still here. And there should be I'm sorry I forgot her name, but there's a woman from Hungary that messaged me earlier that said she was going to jump on. So I hope she's here too. If not, she'll probably be on in a little bit. But yeah, sorry I'm running a little bit late. I had to mess with my eye here. I had to deal with my eye situation for a little bit. But yeah, so meditation works. I don't know about you guys, but it works for me. I'm a believer this week. I'm a believer. It's a great time this week. Definitely proved to me that it was a real thing. And I'll be happy to share with you here. So we do have a poll going on. Let's see what we got going on the poll here. I forgot what I put on there. Let's see. We got space, time, space. You are the placebo. Synchronize your energy to abundance. And the alchemist. Kind of all of those are just good go-tos. But right now, synchronize your energy to abundance is in the lead. So we'll see what happens by the end of it. Oh, now we got a tie. Space, time, space. I love doing this. This is great. All right, so we'll check back in on that here in a little bit. But again, thank you everybody for showing up. I've been doing this and been getting some good people on here. We've been doing some good meditations. A lot of times we do Dr. Joe Dispenza's meditations. Actually, every time we do. I don't really teach Dr. Joe's material. He does that pretty good. So if you want to understand that, you should go visit him. I kind of talk about my experience and my perspective of it. And I try to help people maybe connect with the meditation. Dr. Joe Dispenza does a great job of teaching people to the thousands. Being able to speak to an audience of a lot of people. But I'm a little more surgical. I'm not comparing myself to Dr. Joe in any way, but I feel like what I talk about is probably a little bit more surgical that can be help somebody more one-on-one and as opposed to just in a broad general sense. And again, I'm not comparing myself. So that's what my intention for this channel is just to have a good time and to be able to meditate with a good group of people at the end of the day. And if it helps some people, then that would be great. So that's why I'm here. But I can share with you meditation works. So I got a story this week, and it could be a little bit of a long story. I'm going to try to shorten it up, but I think it's a good story. I think it's a good story. You may not think so, but I will say that, so this week, I meditate every day. But last week my car started having some issues. It's like a wheel bearing. Not a major issue, but it needed to get fixed. It was about time. It was making a lot of noise. And so I kind of started thinking, I was like, I need to get a new car. I got to get a new car. I started thinking this really about the last week when we did the meditation last Monday. I said, should I get this car fixed or should I get a new car? I'm going to wait off for another year and maybe get a new car in about a year. I'm just going to keep this one. I'll maybe get it fixed. But I started looking at cars. And I started meditating when I was meditating every day, I just set just a little intention up front. Nothing major. Didn't put any crazy thought into it or anything. I said, why don't you just bring me a car? Why don't we just do a car coming up here? And that's what I kind of meditated on. Like I said, what didn't make it a big deal? It was just up front on every meditation. I didn't dwell on it. As a matter of fact, I didn't even really I was almost kind of saying it and kind of believing it, but I envisioned having a new car show up. And I didn't know how it would. I didn't even try to think about how it would. I just let it. I just kind of said, I had that feeling, I just kind of got excited a little bit about it. But I went, I don't know, I'm probably going to end up keeping this one once I got done with the meditation. So my car was acting up, so I took it into the shop. And so even though I've been kind of meditating for a new car, I was like, I don't know. I don't want to go looking for one. Spend all that time. I'll just keep this one. It runs all right, And but I took my car into the shop, and they kept it for 3 days, and I got a rental car. So I got my car out of the shop, and I paid $1,000 for this repair, and they changed the oil and a couple other things. So it was close to $1,000. So it just dropped some pretty good money on a car. I was like, well, here we go. We're going to ride this out. I drive a Lexus. And so a funny story is I named my car a Lexus, in case anybody finds that funny. I do. I like telling that one. But so I drive a Lexus, and her name is Alexis. And so I got her fixed. I've had 3 Lexuses, and this is the first time I ever had to repair any of them other than tires, brakes, and oil changes. So I went in and had to do these repairs to it, and I spent about $1,000. And I was like, well, that's the first time. Let me ride it out. I'll ride this for about 6 months to a year, and I'll probably look into a new car. So I leave the mechanic shop, and I go to my parents' house because I live kind of out in the country a little bit, out in the woods and the sticks. So I was close to my family's house. So I said, well, I'm going to stop in and say hello. So I drove to the house, and I pull into the little side of pull into the driveway, let's just say, parked on the side of the road. And so I go inside, and about 15 minutes later, the storm comes up, and it was like this massive storm, just pour torrential down. Uh, I'm sorry. Katie can probably tell me. She probably went through the storm the other day. It lasted for about 20 minutes, but everything flooded. There's a bunch of wind, and a tree fell down right on top of my car. And I sat there and I watched this huge oak tree just smash like a bullseye. Let me give you. I brought the little instruction here. It's got. Let's see if this is my car. This happened on Friday. Now, I know some of you are probably going, that are just showing up like, why is this dude talking about his car? I'm telling you a story. If you stick around to the end, you might like it. But so this tree just smashed on my car. And I sat there and I watched it. I was in my family has like this Florida living room. So there's these windows all over the place. So we were sitting there. We saw the tree come down. I went, there it goes. It hit it like a bullseye. And it totaled my car. My car's gone. It's done. I just spent $1,000 on it, and I just started laughing. And my mom was like crying. She felt sorry for me. She's like, "Oh my God, your car!" And I was like, "Mom, you don't understand. I got some good insurance. I'm about to get a new car." And I couldn't believe. I was like, "Meditation works, Mom. It works." I'm telling you. She said, "What are you talking about?" I was like, "I'm telling you. I was trying to get a new car this week. I was meditating on it." And here I'm gonna have to they're gonna get me a new car. I'm telling you. And I was so excited, and it just the tree hit my car, totaled the car. It's just busted up. There's no way it's salvageable at all. So insurance came out today, and they picked it up, and I bought a new car today. Now I have a little bit of money, but the insurance is gonna pay me back, but I got a new car coming. It's brand new. It'll be here like on Thursday. And I didn't really have to pay too much out of pocket. Whatever. I maybe probably upgraded a little bit because I felt like I got a free car with my insurance coming in. But I'm kind of telling this story. Yeah, I'm excited for a couple of reasons. I'm getting a new car. That's awesome. Everybody kind of likes that. But it's also doggone, manifesting works. Like I will say this is within the neighborhood. The storm came up. There's only one tree that went down in my family's neighborhood, and it was right there. If my car had been 5 feet forward or 5 feet back, it probably just would have gotten a couple leaves scratched on it, maybe a limb or two. But it just hit it like a dead bullseye, dead on, and just crushed my car. Like it just absolutely decimated. And there's no other tree that I've seen. I drove, not in that car, but I drove around in another car after that, and I just could not see. There was no other damage into anybody else's homes or houses, but my car was busted up. And I never, they talk about when you kind of manifest something and you kind of put it out there, it'll show up in a way that you least expected. And I gotta say that I couldn't have told you that, for about 5 seconds, I was bummed out that I just spent $1,000 in 15 minutes in the shop, and 15 minutes later, this tree falls on my car. But I gotta say, it definitely, I couldn't have guessed that that's how it would have happened, how it would end up having to get a new car, and it's showing up here on Wednesday or Thursday. Meditation works, manifesting works, and healing yourself and being able to change your life works with meditation. I've seen it firsthand. And I know a lot of people that are on here have as well too. And there may be some people that are skeptical. And I don't tell this story to try to brag or to try to, I don't know, just to be boastful. But it's a real life experience that happened to me that, I can't say that there's no other way that this happened other than through meditation. Now, I hated my car. I mean, the car had like 200,000 miles on it. It was about time for it to probably go. But I couldn't have ever bet money that it would go by, that I would get a new car by an oak tree falling directly on my car. It's just still kind of blowing my mind. It definitely messed up my weekend, but it messed it up in a good way because I just went and looked car shopping, and it was exciting. It was fun. I picked out a car. It's going to be shipped here on Wednesday or Thursday. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be keeping it, and I'm excited. I'm jacked up. So I guess I'm talking a lot about that. I'm just trying to share that doggone meditation works, and they talk about how these things will show up in ways that you least expect it, and this definitely did. Again, I just kind of put it out there before a couple of meditations. Now I meditate every day. I didn't like care. I didn't make it a big deal. I've noticed that for me, I think everybody's a little bit different, but for me, when I have things happen to me or things come to me or experiences happen or crazy synchronicities or just connecting with the deep meditation, it's always when I put in a very little bit of effort. When I just don't really care so much. It's not like I go, all right, I got to get a car. Before meditating, I just kind of went, I don't know. Maybe I should probably see about getting a new car, That'd be cool, huh? All right, well, it might happen, it might not. I don't know. We'll see what happens. And doggone if it didn't happen. Now, I guess it wasn't given to me like in a lottery. I had to go out there and do a little work and go find it. But, I got a new car coming. So I guess it just, again, most of these experiences that I've had, things that I've manifested, and even connecting with meditation, it's never a big deal for me. And I don't mean that, and that's not a cocky sense, but I don't make it a big deal. It's not this big, I'm going in deep, I'm going to make this big, presence or make it huge. It's just like, all right, here we go. Let's just go meditate and that's it. And I think that's what works for me. And maybe some people out there can try that. Maybe some people can, just play with the meditations. Find what works for you. There's not one way to get in there. You can focus on a word. You can focus on your breath. You can focus on a mantra, which I think is like a phrase, or you can focus on a noise or a sound. So there's a lot of different ways to get in there. And you got to find what works for you. You can focus on your chakra. I'll focus on my heart. I don't know. I've focused on a word before, but focus on my heart works pretty good. So that's what I do. And play with it. Play around with it. When you get into the meditations, don't try to think that it's supposed to go a certain way. Just play with the thing a little bit and see what kind of works. That's kind of what I do. I just kind of play with it all the time and see. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and maybe it's working when I think it's not working. It's foolish for me to think that these meditations should go that it doesn't work because it doesn't go the way that I want it to. I sometimes try to tell myself, like, well, that means it's probably really working. And I'm naive. I can't see it. I don't judge any meditation. That's too harsh of a word. I don't like using, I like to try to be myself, but I don't try to just like look at a meditation and decide, well, that sucked. That didn't work. I don't know. They all work, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Just bring them on, and we just got to do it. It's like I don't know. It's kind of like drinking if anybody out there like juices, like green juices. There's some people out there, they got to get the right ratio of mangoes and pineapples and spinach for it to taste good. I mean, the reason why you're doing a juice, probably one of those juices, not really for the taste, but just it's healthy for your body. So if you could take the meditation like that in the sense of just put a bunch of stuff that's healthy in the juicer and just drink it. And who cares about the taste? Get over the taste. You're not drinking it for taste. You're drinking it for the health benefits. And so when I make like a green juice like that, I don't know. They always taste different. I just put a bunch of healthy stuff in there and get it in my body so I'm healthy. That's the main reason for it. So it's not for how it tastes. It's, look at the meditation like that. It's just get in there, just do it. And if it tastes bad, so what? It's good for you. So just keep rolling. But it works for me. I love it. It's, I don't know. I've been talking for a while about this. I'm probably rambling on. Let's see. Does anybody have any questions? Let's see. I kind of went off on a tangent there for a while, and somebody may have asked something. All right, let's see here. Face, blue smiling face. Again, if you're just showing up, there's no cover charge. Just come in here. We're going to be meditating in about 5 to 10 minutes, and just right where you're from. And if you want to ask a question about meditation in any form or way, or any frustrations you've got with it, you can answer it. Ask it, and I'll try to answer it as best I can. And there's a lot of good people on here that could give you some answers too. So I don't claim to have the answers. I can just give you what works for me and what my experiences have been. And Yeah, Katie was there. She said there was a quick storm. It's like 20 minutes long, and just a tree fell on my car. So, yep, Rosario says meditation works. It sure does. I'm going to start making t-shirts that say meditation works. What's his name? I guess my new car's got to be, I'm still sticking with Alexis. It's like B.B. King named his guitar Lucille, but every time I saw him, he had a different guitar, but it was always named Lucille. So it's just that name's going to ride with the car that I've got every time. So, yep, Jane says, divine right timing. The universe orchestrated an amazing gift for you. Sure did. It was really cool to see that go down. I got to attribute it to meditating. There's no other way. I mean, my dad was even at the house going, what are the chances that this one tree in the neighborhood falls down directly on your car? And in the back of my head, I'm going, dude, I've been meditating a lot, man. You don't get it. You're just not getting it yet. I do a lot of meditating. It was supposed to fall down on my car. So anyway, I'm not like really, yeah. Anyway, I think everybody knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, Katie saw my post on Facebook about it. I love hearing these synchronicities. Are there any questions that anybody has? Again, there's a poll up here too. If you don't know what these meditations are, just pick one that sounds good. Don't overthink it. All you overthinkers out there, just pick one. Just go this A, B, C, or D, and just pick one. And we're going to go with the one that everybody kind of votes on the most. Yep, Jen says it good here. Intention plus high emotion and get out of the way, the formula to manifesting. Yes, there is a formula. It's not quite 2 + 2, but it's something like that. And you got to get out there and you got to play with it and just have fun with it. And don't take yourself so seriously, and just take the meditation seriously, and don't take yourself so seriously. All right, let's see here. I'm just going through the comments here. All right, so Ricky said he had the same thing happen to me today. The e-bike came back from the shop broken, and it took it out of the car, and it worked. Nice. All right, Bridget's here from France. Thanks for showing up, Bridget. Brigitte, probably more French sounding to me. So, all right, cool. So let me look at what we've got going on here. Give me a second. Oh. Yep, I'm trying to get to the, all right. All right, so we got the poll going. It looks like space, time, space. If you haven't voted, you better start voting now. It's because space, time, space right now is the winner. Unless some people get up there and do some more voting. You Are the Placebo is in second place. So that's what's going on. It's 7:55. And if nobody has any questions or anything, then all right. Get your mask ready. I'm going to pull up a Zoom link and give it to everybody here. Just give me just a moment, and then we'll get started doing the meditation here soon.
Recording in progress.
Let's see. All right, here's the link to the Zoom. Just click on over there, and we're going to get started here in it's 7:56. We'll get started here in about 5-6 minutes, like 8:01, somewhere there. So if anybody needs to use the restroom, get your little blankets together, whatever you do, you put on your yoga pants, whatever you got to do meditating. You got a couple minutes to figure that out and to get over to Zoom. So take your time and make sure you mute yourself when you come over to Zoom. That would be helpful. All right, I'll see you guys over there in just a few minutes. We'll get started in about 5 minutes, about 8:02.